Every year, over 130,000 people in the US start dialysis, and many could have avoided it with just one change: what they ate. If you have kidney issues, even borderline potassium levels can quietly push you closer to kidney failure. And the scariest part? You may not feel a thing until it's too late. But here's the truth backed by research. Managing potassium through diet can help lower creatinine, slow GFR decline, and protect your kidneys from overload. One wrong bite can spike potassium and hurt your filtering units, but the right food can do the opposite. That's why in this video, we're revealing the top 10 best low-potassium foods that are not just kidney-safe, but powerful enough to help you avoid dialysis. These aren't exotic or hard-to-find items. They're everyday foods backed by science and trusted by kidney experts. If you're serious about protecting your kidneys, lowering creatinine naturally, and holding on to your kidney function longer, you need to know these foods. Stay with me, because sometimes the right food choice isn't just healthy, it's life-saving. Potassium might seem harmless, but for someone with kidney disease, it can become a silent killer. When your kidneys begin to fail, they can no longer flush out excess potassium from the blood, and what follows is something known as hyperkalemia. This means high levels of potassium in the bloodstream, and it doesn't happen with a bang, it creeps in quietly. As soon as potassium levels go beyond 5.0 to 5.5 milliequivalents per liter, you're already in the danger zone. Healthy levels range from 3.5 to 5.0 milliequivalents per liter, but in chronic kidney disease, just a small spike can trigger terrifying symptoms: sudden muscle weakness, unexplained fatigue, numbness, vomiting, and worst of all, irregular heartbeats that can stop your heart in seconds. What makes this even more terrifying is that it often gives no warning at all. US data reveals that nearly 40 to 50% of dialysis patients suffer from hyperkalemia at some point, and shockingly, hospitalizations due to high potassium have jumped 28% in just a decade, especially in those with CKD or heart issues. It's not just numbers. These are real lives at stake. As potassium rises, it starts to disrupt your heart's electrical system, making every single heartbeat unstable and unpredictable. One mistake at the dinner table can literally send you to the emergency room. And it doesn't stop there. As potassium builds up, it accelerates kidney damage, driving your GFR lower, increasing creatinine, and completely throwing off your urea to creatinine ratio. It pushes patients faster toward dialysis, shutting down kidney function at an alarming pace. The scariest part? Many people don't even know it's happening until it's too late. This is not just about diet, it's a fight for survival. If you have kidney disease, understanding and controlling your potassium levels could mean the difference between life and death. Low potassium foods may sound simple, but the truth is far more serious and misunderstood than most kidney patients realize. When it comes to protecting your kidneys, especially in chronic kidney disease, knowing exactly what counts as low potassium could be the difference between stability and a medical emergency. According to the USDA and National Kidney Foundation, low potassium foods are those that contain less than 200 milligrams of potassium per serving, which usually means a portion size of half a cup for most foods. But here's the catch. Portion control is everything. A food that seems safe in a small amount can quickly become dangerous if eaten in excess, pushing potassium levels past the safe limit and flooding your blood with toxins your kidneys can't remove. For kidney patients, potassium is not just another number. It is a lab value that must be monitored closely and frequently. Lab tests showing potassium levels creeping above 5.0 milliequivalents per liter should set off alarms because kidneys in decline cannot flush it out like healthy ones. And just because a food is labeled as low potassium doesn't mean it's safe in unlimited quantities. Even low potassium foods can become harmful if multiple servings are consumed in a day without medical guidance. Some packaged foods marketed as healthy contain hidden potassium additives that don't show up on standard nutrition labels but silently build up in your blood. Every bite counts. The truth is, for people with kidney disease, Low potassium isn't just about choosing foods, it's about choosing survival. Let's start the top 10 low potassium foods that can quietly protect your kidneys and keep you away from dialysis. 1. White rice. White rice is one of the most kidney-safe staples, especially for those trying to lower potassium and avoid the trap of hidden mineral overload. A 1-cup cooked serving contains only about 54 milligrams of potassium, making it fall well within the low potassium threshold of under 200 milligrams per serving. For kidney patients struggling with CKD, high creatinine, or declining GFR, this matters because excess potassium can build up fast and lead to hyperkalemia. Unlike brown rice, which has over 150 milligrams potassium per cup and higher phosphorus, white rice has the bran removed, making it easier on the kidneys and safer for those on restricted diets. Stick to 1 to 1.5 cups per meal and always monitor your labs, especially potassium and phosphorus levels, to adjust safely. A great bonus tip is to cook white rice in extra water and drain it, reducing any remaining potassium or sodium residue. You can also combine it with low-potassium vegetables or a small amount of protein like egg whites to balance the meal. It's soft, low in fiber, and won't irritate the digestive system, which is important for patients on dialysis or with uremia. It even helps keep blood sugar stable, which supports kidney function over time. 2. Plain pasta. Plain pasta is one of the most overlooked yet powerful staples for kidney protection. With only 37 milligrams of potassium per 100 grams cooked, it sits safely under the 200 milligrams limit per serving recommended for those with chronic kidney disease. This low potassium load puts less pressure on damaged kidneys, helping stabilize creatinine, GFR, and even reduce the risk of dialysis in later stages. White pasta also avoids the high phosphorus and fiber found in whole grain alternatives, making digestion easier for patients with fatigue, bloating, or poor appetite linked to CKD. 3/4 to 1 cup cooked pasta is considered a safe portion and can be made kidney-friendly by avoiding high-sodium sauces. Rinsing after boiling further reduces mineral residue. Try combining it with non-potassium vegetables like zucchini or boiled carrots to create satisfying meals without harming your kidneys. In a kidney diet, plain pasta is a strategic choice, not a compromise. 3. White bread. White bread may seem basic, but for kidney patients, it can be a life-saving choice. With just 37 milligrams of potassium per slice, it's much lower than whole wheat bread, which can have 70 to 130 milligrams or more, depending on the brand. For someone with reduced GFR, even one slice of the wrong bread can cause subtle potassium buildup, raising the risk of hyperkalemia and worsening creatinine levels. White bread is also naturally lower in phosphorus, easing the kidney's filtration burden. A safe daily portion is 1 to 2 slices, ideally toasted and topped with unsalted spreads or low-potassium vegetables like cucumbers. Always avoid commercial breads with added seeds, whole grains, or phosphate preservatives. In a low-potassium diet, white bread isn't just safe, it's strategic, allowing kidney patients to meet calorie needs without dangerous mineral overload that can quietly push them closer to dialysis. 4. Egg whites. Egg whites are a gold standard protein for kidney patients trying to control potassium, phosphorus, and urea levels. One large egg white contains only 54 milligrams potassium, no fat, and 3.6 grams of high-quality protein, all while being phosphorus-free. Unlike whole eggs that have 86 milligrams of phosphorus and nearly 63 milligrams potassium, this makes them ideal for patients struggling with muscle loss, high creatinine, or poor albumin-to-creatinine ratios. The safe portion is 2 to 4 egg whites per day, boiled or scrambled without salt or butter. Their low waste nitrogen load also helps avoid the rise of blood urea nitrogen, which worsens in advanced CKD. Pairing egg whites with white toast or low-potassium vegetables makes a complete meal without straining filtration. For those fearing protein restriction, egg whites offer powerful support to kidneys without accelerating their decline. Eindav the cornflakes. Cornflakes are surprisingly kidney-friendly, provided you choose the right ones. A 1-cup serving contains about 20 to 30 milligrams of potassium and minimal phosphorus, depending on the brand. That's significantly safer than brand-based cereals, which can hit over 200 milligrams potassium per cup. For patients with eGFR dropping below 60, keeping potassium levels between 3.5 to 5.0 millimoles per liter is critical to avoiding muscle weakness, heart irregularities, and rising creatinine. Cornflakes are also low in protein and sodium, making them ideal for a gentle breakfast. Pairing with rice milk or low-potassium almond milk instead of dairy avoids an extra 350 milligrams of potassium and 200 milligrams phosphorus from regular milk. Limit serving to 1-cup cereal and 1/2 cup milk to stay within safe ranges. This humble cereal can be a safe anchor for kidney patients seeking energy without threatening their fragile electrolyte balance. 6. Unsalted popcorn. Unsalted popcorn may sound like a movie snack, but it's also a smart kidney-saving food. Air-popped popcorn contains just 26 milligrams of potassium per cup, no phosphorus additives, and less than 1 milligram sodium, making it safer than many so-called health snacks. For CKD patients with fluid retention or elevated creatinine, sodium and potassium control is critical to avoid pushing the kidneys toward failure. A safe portion is 3 cups of air-popped popcorn, but avoid butter, salt, or cheese toppings, which can spike sodium and promote high blood pressure, worsening kidney decline. The fiber in popcorn also supports gentle digestion, especially in patients dealing with constipation due to phosphate binders or fluid restrictions. Make it at home in an air popper or pan with kidney-safe oils like olive or avocado oil in small amounts. A guilt-free snack that feels indulgent, but acts like a kidney protector. Unsalted popcorn earns its place. 7. Plain bagels. Plain bagels, often feared for their carbs, can actually be a smart kidney-safe option when chosen wisely. A standard plain white bagel has about 80 to 120 milligrams of potassium, depending on size and brand, but significantly less than multigrain or seeded versions, which can hit 200 to 300 milligrams. That potassium difference matters deeply for patients with elevated creatinine or GFR under 60, where every milligram counts toward preventing hyperkalemia and muscle breakdown. Bagels also have minimal phosphorus, especially when free of additives. A safe portion is 1/2 to 1 small bagel, ideally eaten with kidney-safe spreads like cream cheese or unsalted peanut butter in moderation. Avoid pairing with high-sodium deli meats or tomato sauces. Bagels also provide calories without protein load, helpful when managing low appetite or weight loss common in CKD. In a kidney diet, plain bagels aren't forbidden. They're strategic fuel if used with caution. Oito. Tapioca. Tapioca is one of the few starches that offers almost zero potassium, with just 1 milligram per tablespoon of pearls cooked. That's an astonishingly low level, especially when compared to oatmeal or even cream of wheat. This makes tapioca a hidden gem for patients managing chronic kidney disease, low glomerular filtration rate, and aiming to prevent potassium overload. It's also free from phosphorus and sodium, so it won't burden already compromised kidneys. The portion safety is 1/2 cup cooked tapioca pearls, ideally boiled in low-potassium milk substitutes like almond milk to keep total intake gentle. Tapioca is easy to digest, which helps kidney patients facing gut distress from medications or poor appetite. But its strength lies in how safely it delivers calories when protein must be restricted. Use cinnamon or a hint of vanilla instead of sugar or condensed milk. This soft, mild dish can quietly protect your kidneys while offering warm, comforting energy without risk. 9. Arrowroot. Arrowroot, not to be confused with tapioca, is a low-potassium starch with unique kidney supportive properties. With only 11 milligrams of potassium per tablespoon, it is safer than most thickening agents and a brilliant substitute for cornstarch in cooking. Arrowroot is naturally gluten-free, phosphorus-free, and easily digested, making it ideal for patients with poor appetite, bloating, or gastroparesis caused by kidney decline. It gently supports calorie intake without raising serum potassium or creatinine levels, which is critical when GFR is already falling below 60. Safe usage is 1 tablespoon in soups or sauces, or as a base for light desserts. Unlike flours and grains that may irritate the gut, arrowroot forms a soothing, easily absorbed paste. Cook with water or unsweetened plant-based milk, and avoid sugary or dairy-heavy pairings. Its biggest value lies in its ability to nourish without risk, especially during flare-ups or appetite loss, when every bite must be calculated and safe. 10th. Cornstarch porridge. Cornstarch porridge might not sound exciting, but for someone fighting to delay dialysis, it could be a secret weapon. Cooked cornstarch has only 3 milligrams of potassium per tablespoon, meaning you can have a full bowl, 1/2 cup cooked, and still stay safely below daily potassium limits. It's also free from phosphorus and sodium, and that matters because many safe-looking foods hide these minerals and additives. For patients dealing with rising creatinine, elevated urea, creatinine ratios, or a falling GFR, even small daily potassium and phosphorus exposures can add up to serious damage. Cornstarch porridge is soft, bland, and perfect for people experiencing nausea, fatigue, or metallic taste from uremia. The bonus tip: stir slowly while boiling with water or low-potassium milk and sweeten with a drop of honey, not sugar or condensed milk. It feels like comfort food but functions like a treatment. In kidney disease, even the gentlest foods must be strategic. Cornstarch porridge is gentle and powerful. Portion control is a critical safeguard for anyone with kidney issues because low-potassium foods do not mean unlimited eating. Even foods with potassium as low as 35 milligrams per serving can add up quickly if portions are ignored. Your serum potassium level must stay below 5.0 milliequivalents per liter, as exceeding this puts you at high risk of hyperkalemia. Monitoring your labs is your first line of defense. Pay close attention to potassium levels and your glomerular filtration rate. When your GFR falls below 60, your kidneys struggle to filter potassium effectively, dramatically shrinking your safety window. Controlling serving sizes is not optional, it's essential. Experts recommend spacing meals every 3 to 4 hours to prevent overwhelming your kidneys with potassium spikes. Proper hydration helps flush excess potassium, but must be balanced carefully because too much fluid can worsen swelling and elevate blood pressure, accelerating kidney damage. Your fluid intake should always follow medical advice tailored to your stage of kidney function. Ignoring portion control and lab results can rapidly accelerate chronic kidney disease progression, pushing you closer to kidney failure or dialysis. These numbers on your lab report are not just statistics, they are life-saving warnings. Respecting your portion limits, meal timing, and hydration can protect your kidneys from silent damage and keep you safer, longer. Your vigilance today is your best defense against a dangerous and avoidable decline. In the battle to protect your kidneys, hidden potassium traps lurk in everyday foods, ready to silently raise your potassium levels to dangerous heights. Knowing what to avoid is your first line of defense. First on the list is bananas, notorious for having about 422 milligrams of potassium per medium fruit. Eating even one can raise potassium significantly if your kidneys are compromised. Then, potatoes. Just 1 medium baked potato packs, roughly 926 milligrams of potassium, a staggering amount for someone with chronic kidney disease. Beware of tomato products, including sauces and juices, with potassium levels often exceeding 400 milligrams per half cup, which can silently escalate potassium. Avocados hold around 485 milligrams per half fruit and can disrupt potassium balance rapidly. Don't overlook dried fruits like raisins or apricots. They contain concentrated potassium, with a quarter cup containing over 500 milligrams. Spinach and other dark leafy greens can contain upwards of 540 milligrams per cooked cup, making them dangerous for kidney patients. Even nuts and seeds carry potassium values between 150 to 200 milligrams per ounce, which can add up fast. Many people underestimate the potassium in salt substitutes, which often contain potassium chloride and can push levels dangerously high. Hidden sodium alternatives can trick kidney patients into worsening their condition unknowingly. These foods can silently damage your kidneys by pushing potassium levels into dangerous territory, increasing risks of kidney failure, cardiac arrest, and dialysis dependency. The key is vigilance. Always check serving sizes, avoid excessive portions, and consult your lab results. Don't let these common foods become a hidden danger on your plate. Your kidney health depends on avoiding these potassium traps with care and awareness. Your kidneys are fighters, but they need your help. And now you know exactly how. These top 10 low potassium foods aren't just safe, they're powerful allies in protecting your kidney function and avoiding the harsh road of dialysis. Whether it's white rice, plain pasta, or egg whites, even small changes in your plate can lead to big wins for your health. But remember, eating right is only half the story. Regular potassium tests and monitoring your GFR are key to staying ahead of complications. If you haven't already, choose at least 3 of today's foods and start adding them safely into your meals. Space them out, control your portions, and always stay hydrated. Your kidneys will thank you. This is your moment to take control. Don't wait until the damage is done. Subscribe now for more practical, research-backed tips to lower creatinine, protect your GFR, and support healthy kidneys for life. And share this with someone who might be unknowingly eating the wrong foods. You're not alone in this fight. We're in it together. Keep protecting, keep learning, and most importantly, keep hope alive.